Good morning, all. It is the 22nd of August. That means make sure to be reading Proverbs chapter 22. So yesterday, my day yesterday, I went to work and I came home and I went to sleep. That pretty well sums it up. Because of my work schedule, a lot of times I do take a nap in the middle of the day, and it usually causes me to feel refreshed about 6 o'clock in the evening, and then stay up too late, and then wake up too early, and all of that. But yesterday, I came home, and I went to sleep, and I slept and slept and slept, waking up only to basically go pee, let the dog out, let the dog back in, and go back to sleep. I did, I think, around 10 or 11, maybe 9, I don't know. At some point, I did stay up for maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 hours and went back to sleep. So, kind of gets me thinking, and I have had, in my little mind bouncing around lately, we all know we need to eat better, take better care of our bodies and such like that. And my okay, I'll be first to say, sugar, sweets, chocolate, that's what I need to work on cutting back on. But I think routine. Like I said, my routine has just been totally crazy, and I actually work in an area where there are a lot of people that work swing shifts. So it's like 2 or 3 days on, 2 or 3 days off, and switching from days once, and then back to nights, and then the next time they work, it's days again. And working at a gas station, I have really saw a lot of, these poor people. I'm to the point that, I think that swing shift and, just a couple days on nights and then a couple days on days and back and forth and all that, just, your body does not get accustomed to any sort of schedule or rest. And I see these poor people, and I'm not saying financially poor, it's just I feel sorry for their souls and their beings and their bodies, that they don't know if they're coming or going most of the time. And they've, caffeine, nicotine, a lot of them are using Kratom now, gas station food, all of this, energy drinks, all of this stuff that none of it is honestly healthy for our bodies or our beings. And, it's trying to push ourselves to do more than we are naturally designed to do, I think. I go back 100%. The reason that I won't take a lot of jobs is because I keep the Sabbath. So if they cannot guarantee me Friday sunset until Saturday sunset off work, then I usually won't even apply. Now, I will make a little side note caveat. Yes, there are some jobs that there would be the exception for. On-call doctors, paramedics, EMTs, first responders, all the people that honestly other people, life or death, need to have available when, even on the Sabbath. So, that little side note there. But in general, it is to, our bodies, God designed our bodies to rest a certain amount. And when we push through and ignore that and put all kinds of other junk in our bodies to help us push through that natural desire for rest or routine, I really cannot see or justify it being healthy. Now, some people say, I don't have an option. Well, I guess there's always an option. But that's going to have to be between you and God. A lot of these things, and like I said, even me, I'm my so-called routine is very sporadic and totally screwed up at the moment. So I'm preaching to myself also here. Well, I don't want to say I'm preaching, but whatever. I'm talking to myself here also. That, I need to get my eating schedule, my sleeping routine, all of this back in line to be something at least remotely healthy. Now, when will I make the determination, okay, this is the line, at this date I'm going to start eating this way and sleeping this way? And I don't know, God's working on me on that. I don't know, right now, like I said, I wake up between 3:30 and 4 every morning to go to work, Monday through Friday. And, most of the time I've stayed up too late the previous night, so that means as soon as I do get home from running errands after work often, a lot of times I'm helping other people, taking other people here, there, stuff, so I don't have a set time that I do or don't get home. But a lot of times, by the time I get home, I'm so tired and exhausted, I sit down in the AC that I've got in my bedroom and fall asleep until anywhere between 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. So by that time, I've had a good rest and I'm ready to jump up and get ready and going again. And then I stay up too late, only to wake up early again. So, like I said, this video, it's just as much for me as it is for you all. That, I want to encourage everyone just to take a step back and see what you're doing, even if it's a small change that you can make to get yourself more healthy, whether it be through diet, exercise, sleep routine. And I mean, especially, hey, for kids too. I see parents letting these young kids drink energy drinks. And it's like, oh my gosh, do you understand what you're doing? I have not studied it in depth, but I've saw enough that I know that it's probably, definitely, for sure, not a good thing. Me personally, I cannot drink caffeine, so that eliminates one issue for me. But, that one possible addiction, I will say. Because, even as a responsible, everyday adult, how many times have we heard, oh, well, I can't function without my morning coffee? And, that is an addiction, like it or not. It may be legal, it may seem harmless, but nonetheless, it's getting into, we are letting this chemical substance control how we think and feel for a day and on a daily basis. So maybe we can even take a side splurge off to the, how, even God mandates or commands us to fast one day a year for 24 hours. So, I mean, what are we putting in our lives even that hold more power? We give more power than we do to God. Oh, well, I could just never give up coffee. Oh, really? Is it really that important to you? And I'm just picking on coffee just because it's the most popular. You can replace XYZ in there. But the gist of it is we should only be saying, I couldn't live a day without God, honestly. Because, we can live 24 hours and we can go back to, again, being comfortable. A lot of us are too comfortable. That first little pang of hunger or something like that, it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up and eat. And it's like, no, you honestly don't. I mean, it does not kill you to feel a little bit of hunger or discomfort in general in this life. So, some things to think on. And I mean, I don't know who this video is for sure, beyond it being for myself. I know I've got improvements today to make, like every day. So, maybe for just today, consider, what you're doing to keep your body healthy, or, making it not healthy? You know, could it be today's your day to decide, instead of drinking 2 pops, I'm going to only drink 1. Or instead of, you know, buying that gas station food, I'm going to see if I can run into Kroger or Walmart, wherever, and buy a tray of fruit or something healthier to eat than the deep fried so-called food substitute. Yes, I know this is my job is, to serve you with all of this food happily. But at the same time, you know, on occasion it's not bad. But again, let's consider even Leviticus chapter 11. What is food? What is not food? You can read that, see what God says himself. But anyway, I want to just encourage you. Try to do a little better each day. And, you know, I may or may not share, you know, what's going on as far as my diet and sleep routine and all of that. I don't know. We'll see where God leads on that. But for today, try to eat healthier, think healthier, do what you can to see what you can change in your life, just to kind of get yourself in a better position. And don't forget to read Proverbs chapter 22. So with that, I hope everyone has a great day. Much love, many prayers, and shalom always.